from Indian Express. Kriti, I wanted to ask that how much has there been a moment when you missed not, having studied abroad? Like you said that a lot of your cousins have studied in New Zealand. And also wanted to know that how much do you think a person evolves globally if he or she studies abroad?
Thanks, Priyanka, for the question. Missing studying abroad, I must tell you, I've given a GMAT entrance exam, and I have a score which I think now is not valid. I gave that with, a plan B, a backup thing for my parents, because my parents were like, oh, you've done your BTech and now you're not pursuing it, and you're going and you're doing something completely different. What if you don't, excel at that, and what if you don't get an opportunity? So I actually had an opportunity to go and study abroad. But I had sort of found my passion in films, and that's why I'm here. But I do feel that, yes, you do evolve as a person. I think when I see my friends or even my cousins who studied abroad, I think it sort of broadens their horizon. Their perspective on things is very different. I think, how living independently away from your family sort of evolves you as a person. It's almost similar, living away from your country, seeing the methods of other people, interacting with people who are culturally very different from you, I think also evolves you as a person. I think, I do realize it, that the more you interact with different cultures, the more you interact with different people, the more aware you are. And it internally changes you as a person where you don't even realize. I think even today, like when I'm in this profession, I feel that only because I'm able to talk to people with different opinions on things, am I able to think the way I do right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this, this sort of relationship is that global citizen edge for you.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, do we have any more questions?
Yeah.
I have a question for John. I want to know the degrees in law and arts from New Zealand. How successful are they in India or elsewhere across the globe? STEM I know is very successful, but I want to know about law and arts. The degrees you get there, how successful are they here?
I would say very successful. So it depends for taking law in the first instance. We do have world-ranked law faculties in New Zealand, and it does depend on which career plan or pathway the student might be wanting to take. But it is a very well-regarded degree internationally. I know, being based internationally myself at the moment, I have many colleagues who have studied law in New Zealand and now are forging global careers for very successful multinationals. In terms of the arts subjects, it is an area that, interestingly enough, doesn't always get the volume of international students to New Zealand. But the ones that do choose to study arts in New Zealand have a fantastic experience, and they also contribute a huge amount to our campuses in New Zealand. If we broaden the degree out to the creative industries, I think that is an area where New Zealand has a very unique proposition. So we're lucky enough to have the Lord of the Rings and Sir Peter Jackson, and a very thriving creative arts industry in New Zealand. So that means that in addition to the great lecturers and academics that the students get to work with, they can walk down the road and be in one of, not quite a Bollywood studio, but a New Zealand Wellywood studio, and be mingling with actors and with producers and with the creative arts industry. So it's a very connected environment where students get not just the learning experience in an academic sense, but also the life experience that sets them up for the future.
So I'm an arts graduate.
I am as
Kriti's
well.
an engineering graduate.
Yes.
2 arts graduates, 1 engineering.
Commerce.
Yeah. So there's a spread on the stage, and the arts have it.
And we've recruited Kriti to the arts since then as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Ruchita from Midday Gujarati. I just wanted to know that education is becoming so much costly nowadays. So what are the ways you are going to subsidize it? How you can give concession or some kind of discounts to the students?
The excellence awards?
Yes. Yeah.
See,
A plus for the answer.
A plus for the answer.
So as you would have seen, we are launching the New Zealand Excellence Awards today, and that offers 35 partial scholarships to high quality students who are looking to study at our New Zealand universities. That's one of several scholarships or awards programs that are offered either in partnership with Education New Zealand or through our education institutions. And for further information on those, I would suggest going to studyinNewZealand.govt.nz. That's our website there, which you can see over to the right. And on that website, there's a huge amount of information about the awards and scholarships that are available to international students. But we do recognise it's a significant investment for international students, and that's why, as the High Commissioner said as well, our government offers other programs such as PhD scholarships for all international students. So that is an area where we're committed to making sure there are avenues for high quality Indian students to have a great experience in New Zealand.
And I think worth noting too, John, that those New Zealand Excellence Awards are specifically for Indian students.
Yeah.
So that's not a global program, that's a program specifically for Indian students.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You've been a great audience, and I hope all the questions were answered. May I now request you to join us for lunch just outside. Those of you who are planning to post any of the content from today on social media, these are the hashtags that you can use. Okay, and I think for the videographers, we collect on the left, my left. Thank you very much.
Center, please. Center, please. Center, please. All of you, center, please. Kriti, please. Kriti, yes, please, here. Sir, center, please, center. Please, center. Kriti, corner. Kriti. The center, please, ma'am, please. Kriti, please. Center. Kriti, here. Kriti, now, solo. Thank you. Kriti, your follow. Single, please.
What's the serial? Follow.
Is it?
हमेशा सुना है टूरिज्म ब्रांड एम्बेसडर के बारे में जरा कुछ हटकर ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है क्योंकि एजुकेशन ब्रांड एम्बेसडर तो उसके बारे में कुछ कहेंगे क्या क्या ड्यूटीज़ होंगी आप
आई थिंक पहली बात तो एजुकेशन एक ऐसी चीज़ है जिसके बारे में मैं बहुत स्ट्रांगली फील करती हूँ, बहुत पहले से फील करती हूँ. आई थिंक एजुकेशन इज़ समथिंग जो आपकी पर्सनैलिटी को निखारती है. आपके ओपिनियंस जो हैं वो एजुकेशन पे बेस्ड होते हैं. आप कितने इन्फॉर्म्ड हैं, कितने अवेयर हैं, आप डिसीजंस अच्छे से ले पाते हैं अगर आप एजुकेटेड हैं. आपको सही गलत की अपनी ज़्यादा पहचान होती है. आप किसी भी प्रॉब्लम में हैं तो इफ़ यू आर एजुकेटेड यू कैन फाइंड अ वे टू गेट आउट ऑफ दैट प्रॉब्लम एंड यू आर नॉट underconfident in any situation. So I think it's something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm so glad that I'm at this point in my career where I'm actually a little away from my educational degree into a film career. I'm still getting an opportunity to support the cause of education, and yes, it is a responsibility. I think I am in a way responsible as a catalyst maybe to shape the educational and career prospects for the students of our country in New Zealand. I think New Zealand has one of the best educational institutes. All their universities are in the top 3% globally, which is great. It offers such a variety of courses in a very safe and positive environment. So that was my one point when I was getting associated with them. Because I think आज के ज़माने में टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी इम्पॉर्टेंट हो गई है दैट धीरे धीरे इट्स वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट टू मूव towards global citizenship, towards being global citizens who not only can stand tall in India but can stand tall globally, can interact with different people from different countries, can adapt to different cultures and surroundings. So I think when you have a sense of the methods of education from a different country, you evolve as a person, and it really helps you. And when you're getting such great opportunities in a country like New Zealand, nothing like it.
Okay, कृति कितना प्राउड मोमेंट बनती है ऑब्वियसली, क्योंकि एक इंडिया को आप न्यूजीलैंड के तौर पे और इस बॉलीवुड इंडस्ट्री को आप वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट कर रही हो, तो क्या कहना चाहेंगे इसके बारे में?
I'm very honored. I'm very, very glad that I was the chosen person for education in New Zealand and from India. And I think, again, the way I said, education is something which I really feel for. And it's about the bright future of the students of our country. It's about getting them different opportunities, better opportunities, varied opportunities, so that they can stand tall in life, I think. And if I'm associated with that cause, I can't ask for more.
देखा जाए तो फिर राफ्ता सॉरी हीरो बनती से लेकर राफ्ता तक सारे आपके रोल्स को सराह रहे हैं।
आपने बरेली की बर्फी नहीं देखी?
अब किस तरह के रोल में आ रही फर्जी में आप?
मैं अभी तक कोई भी ऐसा फ्यूचर मेरा प्रोजेक्ट नहीं है जो अनाउंस हुआ है या फिर मैंने अनाउंस किया है, तो आई वुड जस्ट रिक्वेस्ट यू टू वेट फॉर अ लिटिल लॉन्गर. देयर आर 2 projects actually which I've said yes to, and when the time is right the producers will announce it. So
काफी समय से किक 2 के लिए भी आपका नाम सामने आ रही है, वो पैर अपोजिट सलमान, उसके बारे में कुछ कहेंगे आप?
well, I would love to. I hope it's true.
मैम फर्जी में
गाइस कैन यू प्लीज स्टिक टू द टॉपिक प्लीज? न्यूजीलैंड एजुकेशन के बारे में पूछो ना और चीजें यार। मूवीज के बारे में बात।
But मैंने I just said that there's nothing that has been announced yet. There's nothing that I have announced yet. So please wait for that time. I think it's better if things come out in a clear way on what film I'm doing and when. Anything else?
Best thing about New Zealand you like apart from education, because you're already.
Apart from education, I think their culture, I think the vibe of the country, the varied climates, the adventure sports that they offer. So I'm yet to visit New Zealand properly and go on a tourist kind of a trip, which I would probably do soon.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.